What's up, for everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cream City Curveball. I'm your man, Justin in North Carolina.
Pipe bomb in the good land.
Guru.
Oh, man, we got a special guest in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know who this brother is, we can call you CEO. Can we call you CEO Pro?
Hey, whatever you want.
CEO of Cream City Media Group. The man behind the Cream City Media Group, Trey Crosby III, the guru, probably one of the biggest Brewers fans in the world, right? Let's get into it, gentlemen. Brandon Woodruff last night came back off the injured reserve, looked like he hit the fountain of youth, did everything possible we could look for in a baseball game, a bajillion strikeouts, a no-hitter through 5 or 6 innings, held the Reds at bay. What do you gentlemen just think about what Woody did last night and how he performed?
Well, I'll just say it was amazing. One hell of a performance, 6 innings, 1 hit, 10 Ks. You can't take anything away from that. Do I think that he's going to be able to keep it up? No, but I hope so. I hope he is. But if recent history tells you anything, it's another injury is right around the corner. So if I'm Pat Murphy, I sit there and go to a 6-man rotation now, ride that as long as possible, try to sit there and spread him out, give him extra days to try to keep him healthy. But hopefully I'm wrong and he goes through the playoffs pitching strong. But I wouldn't bet on it.
Hey, it was a fantastic performance from Woody the other night, man. Hey, I think they had him at 5.5 over 6.5 strikeouts. I threw him down at 8 on the. I had him at 8 on DraftKings. Won myself a little bit of change. So shout out to Woody, man. Good stuff. I enjoyed the night.
Yeah, I agree with it too. I agree with both of you. I enjoyed it. I thought he was great, man. Fight. Trey needs to buy some drinks, some gummies, or something if he's winning that much money out there on DraftKings. 8 strikeouts, man. That boy definitely stands up and pisses betting that much money on 8 strikeouts. Good God.
I ain't say I bet a lot. I said I had him at 8. I ain't say I bet a lot.
Hey, $2 probably paid $200.
I don't want to wait for that Christmas bonus. How about a 4th of July bonus?
But y'all know the real reason why we got the guru in the building. Host of Cream City Crossover. Best damn Milwaukee Bucks podcast, if I say so myself. Post-game show. I might be a little bit biased, but you know why we're here. We're here because of this dude, this Brewers owner. So you gentlemen, we got to get into it. We lost the Brewers owner. What is he going to do? Is he going to sell his shares and buy into the sorry behind Miami Marlins? Is he going to buy into the Tampa Rays? Is he going to help them build a new stadium? Where are we at with Giannis and his baseball stuff, man?
Well, let me ask you: what didn't Aaron Rodgers own a bit of? Didn't he own some of the Brewers? What did he do with his shares? Is he still an owner? What did he do?
Aaron owns the Bucks and the Carolina Panthers.
It's the Bucks. Oh, wait, he doesn't own the Panthers. Hold on now. It's the Bucks. Is Aaron Rodgers still on the? That's what it was. It's the Bucks. He's still on the Bucks. He's still.
Yeah.
So again, my guess would be that Giannis he's about money. So he knows you buy into an ownership group, into a share. He's not. What was the report out of that 4-letter network that will not be named? Was that he didn't? What would they say? He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave Milwaukee. He wanted to leave the Bucks. That's what they said. But that's my guess. It's something like that, and it feels like it's really more about the Bucks than it is the city, than the town that raised him and nurtured him. I truly believe all of that. Again, I think it was just. He got tired. He wanted to do something else from a basketball perspective. But again, you give him all the credit in the world for everything he did for this city, for this town. He is the man that built Fiserv Forum. I'll give him all of his credit and all the accolades, bringing a championship. What he did, revitalizing the downtown area. You give him all of that. There's no question. And he's earned it and deserved his flowers for that. But what he did his last year here in Milwaukee for this basketball team, it was a disgrace. And so he left on bad terms, but he will be welcomed back with open arms as soon as that happens, whenever it ends, inevitably, and it will end in Miami. Whenever that is, whether he comes crawling back like Dame Lillard did to Portland, or whether it's at the end of his career. It'll be a I think he'll get a statue. He'll get all those things that he's deserved from his time playing well in Milwaukee.
Well, he sure as hell don't deserve a statue. I'll tell you that. Thanks for the title. That was great. But I don't think that there's in history been somebody, well, maybe Bill Cosby, somebody who was so beloved, who just sit there and totally ruin their reputation and turned into a complete hoe. And that's what Giannis did. The disloyalty was absolutely amazing. You got this skinny 100-pound kid who wasn't very good at basketball coming out of Greece, gets drafted by the Bucks, who turned him into a monster, turned him into a machine, gave everybody on his family a job, brought half his family over from Greece, made him a very, very rich man, and did everything for him, brought the players he wanted, hired and fired coaches because of him. And how did he pay that team back? By forcing his way out of town and getting traded. So thanks. You're a hoe. You're disloyal. They did everything you asked, and you sat there and stabbed them in the back. See ya. I hope you never win another basketball game. And, when you come crawling back, like you said, Trey, when it's all said and done, these arms ain't going to be open.
Yeah. Hey. Only spoken the way that the true legend, the pipe bomb, could do. Hey man, so I'm gonna share my thoughts tonight on Cream City Crossover. So make sure y'all tune in. We're about to go live in a little bit, and it's gonna go crazy. But before we get out of here, we gotta learn a little bit more about Trey, his Brewers fandom, how it developed, what he feels about the Brewers so far since his time in Milwaukee. So, Trey, we give you the floor, sir.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's an easy story, kind of similar to the Milwaukee Bucks. You get to Milwaukee and going to law school and whatnot, and you just fall in love with the Brewers. You go to a game, and for me, I didn't have a baseball team. I never. Again, I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. They didn't have a team. There's no team in North Carolina. They're trying to get a baseball team right now.
They're trying. And I can't believe they
move to a real city.
I can't believe they're trying to put one in old trash old Raleigh.
Hey, hold on.
A real city like Charlotte. But that's a different story.
We got championships out here, sir, and we actually win playoff games.
Yeah, the Hurricanes need to be in Charlotte too. There's no question about it. I'll take the Charlotte Checkers over the damn Carolina Hurricanes. But anyway,
wow.
But anyway, so no baseball team. If you would say I'm like Pike when how Pike feels about basketball. That's kind of how I feel about baseball a little bit. Probably not the same level of disdain for the sport. But we're riding the cusp, so it doesn't really matter. But you get to Milwaukee, and again, the rich history of the Prince Fielders, those type of players that were there at Miller Park. One of my greatest introductions to the Milwaukee Brewers. Great movie, Mr. 3000, with Sir Bernie Mac. And so always love the Brewers. A lot of respect, a lot of admiration, but really getting down to like when you call me a bandwagon if you want. But what the series, the NLCS when they went 18. To the NLCS in 18, that was again, I was going to those playoffs. That team was as fun of a baseball team as you'll see, and I mean that Miller Park at that point, I still try to figure out what's the loudest crowd that I've been at and been to. Obviously, I try to think about those moments, even in Fiserv in 21. Remember, COVID, the building wasn't at full capacity. If you remember, in 21, the first few rows were blocked off. It was loud. And again, I will say that Brooklyn series was very loud. That was a hot crowd in Brooklyn. The finals crowds were great. I don't know, in my opinion, that any crowd got to the level of, if you remember, not 2019 Bucks Raptors, but was that 2017 Bucks Raptors in Bradley Center? That crowd was one of the hottest. That crowd was one of the hottest crowds I've experienced, and I would say realistically that no other crowd to me has rivaled that level of intensity than 2018 NLCS against the Dodgers. Those were some big time moments. Who was it that hit the home run off of? Was it Woody hit the home run off
It
of?
was Woody.
Kershaw, yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
it was a moment. So again, all of that, you play with Yelich and everything. It was, again, fun time when I was in Milwaukee experiencing it. We'll be a lifelong Brewer fan for it, and so again, I always appreciate him. Again, I'm not like you guys and watching every single at bat, but we out there, and the Brewers gonna get a series win against the Reds this week.
Yeah, we're going to piss Chris King off and get that series win against the Reds. Shout out to Chris King on the Cream City crossover, too, man. Nah, dope stuff, man. Me and Pipe, I can't speak for Pipe. I'm definitely not going to call you a bandwagon. Gentlemen, you've invested time in. The only thing we couldn't do is get you to a real football team, but we'll talk about that on a show soon to come from Cream City Media Group, so be on the lookout for it. But no, man, dope stuff, Trey. 18 was a hell of a time. Pipe, you got anything else?
No, it's funny that Trey was asked his loudest crowds, and it was all Wisconsin related, not that bum-ass football team he roots for, them Carolina kitty cats, them little pussy cats down there. But, yeah, real fans cheer like men. So, find a real football team, and maybe you'll experience that in person one of these days. But until then, man, keep up with them memories.
For what it's worth, I will tell you this, and this is zero bias at all. Bank of America Stadium blows Lambeau out of the park. Lambeau's one of the worst. It is one of the most overrated experiences. It is a terrible stadium. Where are your seats? It is a terrible stadium. The entire NFC North is terrible. I've been to Chicago. It's a terrible stadium. Lambeau's almost. I won't say it's worse than well, I don't know what the new stadium they're gonna put up in Chicago, but it's just as bad as Soldier Field. Terrible. I wouldn't go there if I knew the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, that last remarks by Trey Crosby III were sponsored by worsttakes.com.
Amen.
No,
Think you're doing something because you got clocks in the stadium 15 minutes fast. Get the hell out of here.
That's right.
It's nonsense.
No, but all jokes aside,
time my ass.
We really appreciate the Guru jumping on tonight. Tonight is NBA draft night, so we wanted to come bring you something real quick. We appreciate the Guru, man. Again, man, I'm your man Justin from North Carolina.
Pipe bomb in Milwaukee.
Guru Trey Crosby III.
Boo.
This has been Cream City Curveball, and we appreciate you watching. I'm all messed up. Trey got me messed up. We appreciate you watching, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching later, whether you're watching in the shower with Pipe, or whether you're going to bed with Pipe tonight. But we appreciate whatever you're watching. This is Cream City Curveball. It's a Cream City Media Group production. Go Brewers.